Matrix na at the time was the meta hero for gold laners.
Yeah, that was actually Falcons, APBren, and Omega. Pero again, ito yung RORA versus Blacklist International. Kita natin yung, again, yung consistency ng performance dito ng gold laner ng Aurora. It's very hard, honestly, to kill Domeng. Marami na rin ako nakakausap even sa amateur scene. Even nung amateur pa, si Domeng, isa siya sa mga mahihirap kalaban sa lane and isa siya sa mga pinaka-consistent mag-split push, mag-farm, to meme fight kapag yung Beatrix niya, gamit niya, tumatama din lagi yung sniper. So talagang matagal ng build-up tayo for Domeng na yung uprising niya, it's inevitable.
Again, you have to think about how he's able to do this with a roster na halos lahat ng members mo star power talaga. So the fact na nagagawa niya yun here, it really does say something. And again, they're gonna have to prove it against a top caliber team, Falcons APBren, na talaga namang umiikot na sa buong mundo.
Yeah, medyo malungkot lang din, no? Kasi last season nakita natin again yung rise ni Domeng. Kaso Minanay was fell short. Pero this time around, ito talaga yung true test. Kasi last week, napakainit. Yung entrada ng Aurora ngayon, ang kalaban nila is Falcons APBren. Alam naman natin yung kalibre nitong team na to. Sabihin na natin, sure, natalo sila ng Smart Omega last week, but Smart Omega is number one team right now.
Yes.
So marami talagang heavy contenders dito, but also this is the test for both sides. Kasi you have Falcons APBren na kailangan pigilan yung championship curse kasi we never know, it might be starting right now. But Aurora as well na parang ito na yung ano talaga, yung true test na guys, hindi kami nagkaroon ng fluke last week. Talagang totoo to.
Kaya nga,
True stone.
masasagot na natin ngayon. Because if Aurora were to win against Falcons APBren, masasagot na natin ang katanungan kung sila ba ay championship caliber team. Mind you, they are going up against the current world champions in the world.
Yeah, world world. Guys, world. Hindi mid-season. World, kasi tandaan nyo, nasa M5. We have M5 para sa English.
We're M5, okay?
Yeah,
World
so
champs.
yes, this performance coming from Aurora MLBB being undefeated as they go up against Falcons APBren ay makikita natin considering na nagwo-world tour talaga ang Falcons APBren, M5, MPL Philippines Season 13, MSC 2024, and even ESL Snapdragon. Nandun sila sa lahat ng grand finals na yun.
Yeah, again, as much as parang ang daming title na binaboast dito ng Falcons APBren, you still have to wonder kasi enough ba yung naging period in between seasons for Falcons APBren? Kasi yeah, sure, MSC nahirapan sila. After nun, nakadalawang tournament sila under their belt. But right now, yung mga kalaban nila fresh. Parang
bago.
Parang index salon, di ba? Fresh na fresh yung mga players sa kabilang side. So, dito talaga malaking challenge for Falcons APBren kung nakapag-reset na ba sila.
And speaking of kalaban nila, yung kalaban nila, 4 sa 5 miyembro nila. MPL PH Season 12 Grand Finals, Rena J.
Oof.
Edward, 9 Grand Finals appearances.
Siyam Grand Finals
9.
appearance from Edward. Yue, ang dami na rin yung Grand
14
Finals
seasons
appearance.
lang tayo.
Oh my gosh. MPL Philippines Season 11 and Season 12. Kaya naman kilalanin na natin ang ating mga players. MPL Arena, please give it up for your team lineup in just a while.
And their opponents. The light shining brighter than ever for a team that's built to dominate. Are we witnessing the rise of a new super team? Let's welcome Yue, Domeng, Demon Kite, Edward, and Renegade! Lights up for Aurora MLBB!
Shoutout Clicker, James Lebron, Ryan.
And their coaches, Falcons, APBren's own
Vincent is always dying using Nolan. Oh, mayroon talaga magtulan ngayon, tapos link paalaman mo.
Coach, master the basics.
Kaya yung Nolan, ano lang yun eh. Pag wala ka nang magamit na assassin. Late 0-1-0 din, late 0-1-0.
It's time for the showdown. It's the face-off between Super Marco
Kapit pala ako.
and Domeng. Please step forward.
Yun, no?
Si Super Marco may backup. Ayun, may
Ah,
backup.
puta, may
din
backup,
tayo.
ah.
Super Marco, ano ang palag mo kay Domeng?
Feeling ko, mas lamang ako sa kanya sa height.
Gago.
Mas lamang, patingin. Mas lamang sa height.
Renny J, wala ka kung wala si Banubs.
Domeng, ano ang palag mo kay Super Marco?
Mas lamang ako sa weight.
Palag,
Hindi mo sure.
palag, fist bump. Good luck. It's the showdown between two bulletproof soldiers. Who will best the other? Let's enter the Lanadon panel. Paso.
Ang daming kinalala mga ng parehas nating kupunan, but still, for Falcons APBren, they will retain their similar lineup that took them to the World Championships.
Ito talaga ang example ng trust the process, ang epitome ng tried and tested formula ng Falcons APBren. Super Marco, KarlTzy,
Trust the process talaga yan,
plus
APBren.
Ogwen. Di ko na ba't sinabi kong plus, pero gets nyo na yun. Dahil na-master na nila ang laro ng Beast, and ito ang dahilan bakit sila naging world champion ng M5. And still, nakikita natin na talaga it still works, no? Even though again may
Definitely.
konting dapa last
Sayang
time,
din talaga
but this
M5 sa
time,
Onic,
lalo
eh,
na
no?
bumawi laban sa Aurora.
At para naman
Yan
sa
mo
Aurora,
game 7.
again, they went in
At
guns.
sayang din yung
blazing.
MSC sa
Medyo
Bren,
mababa
no?
ang expectations sa mga tao nung nagsimula yung season, pero pinakita
Game
nila
7 din, no?
na kaya ng power of friendship ang game na to. And again, it's the lineup that took us all by surprise.
Yes, and alam mo kung babalikan natin, no, before this season started, nagkaroon ng isang off-season tournament yung Aurora MLBB wherein they debuted.
Yeah.
And lagi
Yes.
kong sinasabi, it's just mind-blowing to me how they were able to recalibrate and to regain the composure entering this season kasi
Yeah.
ang strong ng start nila.
Yeah, actually laging ang sinasabi yan lalo kapag kay Renny J, kapag off-season paglalaro sila. May nagtatanong din sa akin one time, ang lagi ko sinasagot, abangan nyo kasi si Renny J pagdating ng regular
Need
season.
ng
Kasi
geek
iba
ng
kasi
jungler
Hitman
na di
kapag
nag-
nandito na sa MPL stage.
Oo, and yung ibang ito nga ba ang ating makikita?
Dahil mismo, madami yung yung pinuwersa ni Vincent si
Dominate,
Hindi niya natansya.
Don't donate deaths. And for Aurora MLBB, they need to be able to sustain.
Game 3 na yata, no? Hindi na mapapanood.
For teams, they need na bigyan ng mahirap na oras sa mga gold laners.
And this is one of the tatlong keys to victory pang gold lane. That means talagang dun yung magiging focus natin. Kasi definitely, one of them will definitely fall here. Diba? Hindi
Yeah.
imposibleng walang deaths pa yung gold lane nito. Someone is gonna have to come up on top.
Ito
Hindi mo
masarap
sure,
na-
di namamatay si
Alam
Marco.
mo, medyo immune yung dalawa sa kanilang mga posisyon. Pero wala kang magagawa. Dito sa matchup na to, hanap butas talaga.
Oo.
Hanapan ng butas yung dalawang side. Kaya super important for both teams na talagang makapitalize nila na may ganito silang klaseng player.
Isang lamang sa height, isang lamang sa
Sa
weight. Sino kaya ang magka-come out on top? Because both of
Pipiging
these
na.
teams, both
Wala,
of
di
these
natin
players
mapapanood.
specifically, are top caliber. Nakita na natin how they perform time and time again.
Dito
And
ba tayo?
kailangang i-develop nila lalo.
Isang game lang
yung
i-stream ko, guys. Di ko na
confidence
mag-stream
naman sa
mamaya.
nila and to the rest of their team.
I think the important thing to note as well, hindi din naman pwedeng yung player lang. I think one of the reasons kung bakit hindi sila namamatay din is ang gandang alalay nila. Yung alalay
For
from the
sure.
roam, obviously the rotates, it's gonna be super interesting later.
Oo, kaya nga makikita na natin in just a while kung paano nga ba pagaganahin ng parehas nating kupunan ang kani-kanilang mga draft, because this is game number 1 between Falcons APBren and Aurora MLBB.
Dito na magkakalabanan. Then ang ating mga masterminds, si Master the Basics, and pati na rin si Trevor, na alam nating parehas malupit mag-setup ng kanilang mga drafts. One thing is looming in the minds actually of Falcons APBren, no? What do you do with the Hitman? Kasi ang dami ng title sa kanya, the Healman, the Hitman, naging kahit ano pa man.
Versatility.
Nandun yung versatility. Pero
Kahit ano pa man.
kailangan din naman isipin ng Aurora is yung mastery ng Falcons.
Okay lang yan,
APBren
Lods.
na-
Ito, game
ano na
gusto
sila?
ko.
Parang nonchalant lang.
Oo nga, ito rin ang game na gusto ko eh. Kaya ito lang
They will
ini-stream
pick
ko
it.
ngayon.
Pero kahit sabihin
Busy,
natin
busy.
makaunti nila sa draft, ang kalaban talaga nila dito is yung masterful execution ng Falcons.
Pero maganda rin laban mamaya, Onic saka ano?
Masyadong iniisip. It's like second
Keldra
nature
versus
to them.
Benny.
watched them over so
King
many
Kong versus
tournaments
Karl.
this year and the last year, literal world tour, kumbaga.
True.
Talaga namang, parang ano na eh, alam na
Tignan natin kung
masyado
interview
kasama
ulit
natin
mamaya
sa
si
laro
JP.
nila. And I wonder if they can give us something new.
Hindi ni-interview si
and
JP.
yun naman, I guess, yung magiging edge ng koponan ng Aurora MLBB. We haven't seen them play na sobrang extended amount of time so they can have their opponents off guard.
Ito na, isa sa mga bulletproof heroes ni Marco on the Roger. Now, Aurora, pwede pa naman silang kumuha ng gold lane dito,
Medyo
pero
okay
wala na yung
Aurora.
usual na clapback sa Roger. Which
Matik yan, meron yan.
Pero knowing Domeng, nandiyan pa
Flap
rin naman
si
yung
Hylos.
pal-Domeng heroes niya, yung mga Claude, yung mga
Flex
Karen.
yan, Roger.
And
Flex
last
yan.
week, remember, nag-pull out din siya ng Bruno, if I'm not mistaken, na ginamit nila alongside of Matilda. So there's still a lot of flex room on the drafting pool of Aurora dito. Pero grabe ang team din nung first two. Zask and Arlot, dahil nga nilet go naman din ito ng Falcons APBren.
Gusto mo tuloy yung no-debt streak?
Ano?
Mag-Ruby Gold Link.
Ay,
Totoo. Pwede.
Pwede?
pwede.
Pwede ba?
Pwedeng, actually, pwede nga din ilabas to ng Falcons APBren, no? Knowing na ginamit din nila yun last week. Although it didn't work that well,
Yep.
pero it's still the same setup. Meron kang Roger na possible mag-jungle.
Yes.
And ang kinagandaan sa early Ruby phase pick is pwede mo siya i-flex. Pwede mo ilagay sa XP,
Roam.
pwede mo ilagay sa Roam, and pwede mo siya ilagay sa Gold.
Yeah, so definitely that kind of possibility for the side of Falcons APBren here in the first phase of draft opens up a lot of opportunities for them na i-maximize yung lineup na meron sila.
Okay, it is looking like the same setup. Kinuha nila yung Jawhead, pero this time around, they will go for the Valentina. At least meron kang pang-copy nung Dominator's Descent, and of course, pati na
Malakas umeke yung interview.
Now, curious ako kasi Aurora, last
Hindi,
time...
si JP ka ako.
talagang,
Hindi
may
ini-interview.
flex niya.
Ini-interview na yapat.
Napakarami niyang hero pool. So,
Massive
you'd consider
zero.
na parang if-flex ba nila si Renegade up to the
Massive
last
zero.
phase? Kasi if
10,
you remember,
Rora,
even
2-0.
nung time ni Renegade sa last team niya, which is Blacklist International,
JP ka ako, hindi na-interview.
halos lagi, last pick si Renegade. So they are going for the Moscow here na gagamitin ni Domeng. They still are lacking the jungle and the roam picks. So yun yung kailangan butasan ng Falcons APBren.
Ang prayo dito ng Aurora dapat violet.
Tama.
So,
Tama.
Inisip ko.
Paisip
tama.
kayo.
Yan ang bagong ube.
Bagong ube, literal. Pero in all seriousness though, I think what's a one way to shut down the Jawhead, maybe one of
Ube
the
heroes.
of Renegade as well, the Matilda, you know?
Yes.
Try to save the one who's flying in the air.
Or Tigreal.
Pwede.
Diba?
Yun na nga.
Greedy.
Kasi makikita natin kung magiging the hitman ba si Renegade or the healman. And this is what we were talking about. Kailangang puruhan na ng koponan ng Aurora.
Ay, hindi si
MLB,
Coach Daki. Wala si Coach
yung
Daki.
jungler ng kabila, which is why they banned the Nolan. And ang response is to ban the Tigreal.
Oo, talagang sabi ng Falcons APBren, Renegade, kabisado namin kayo. Joke lang, magre-reference sana ako ng S7 eh. Pero wala na yung Tigreal. So, only options for Renegade is yung mga nagamit niya na before. Nandyan yung Grok, nandyan yung Matilda. Pero again, napakalalim ng hero pool ni Renegade. Nandyan pa rin naman yung heroes niya. Pero yan, shoutout.
Laki ng hatak talaga na itong mga to.
Susuporta rito sa Aurora. Again, for Aurora, medyo malalim pa ang kanilang hero pool.
Gago si Way isang puta. Parang iba yan ah.
Na-stun ako dun for 5 seconds.
Magsain ka na daw, James.
Obviously, Renegade-centric pa rin naman ang target dito ng Falcons APBren. You know what? Deserve na deserve. I think they really do deserve to have him focus down. And again, pag napabagal mo siguro si Renegade, sabi nila, maybe they'll also slow down the whole map rotation.
Nagtanggal ang assassin dito yung Aurora. Tinanggalan din sila ng Julian. Julian ni Demon Kite. So there's still the chance na makita natin dito yung jungle. Pero I would say parang mas maganda i-flex yung last pick dito for Demon Kite. Kasi maganda rin yung factor na parang tinatago mo kung ano yung pinaka-importanting component ng inyong lineup. But I would say baka magkaroon pa rin talaga ng priority, ng preference dito yung Aurora na i-last pick dito, si Renegade. Oh! Okay.
Spicy.
Guys, kilala si Demon Kite dyan. Kung maalala nyo, yan ang dahilan bakit naging rookie of the season siya nung season 8, yung kanyang Benedetta.
Ganda dito, they're playing it close to the heart, close to the chest. And knowing na, everyone's comfortable on these heroes, it should be a
Oo, yung ginagawang assassin pa yan, jungle yung mga fighter.
Is that more of a counter or is it more of like they're trying something new here for Falcons APBren? I feel like
Lunox,
Like
Roger.
Kobe is starting to rise.
I feel like it's just comfort.
Agi,
Kilala natin ang Falcons
Eddie.
APBren. Even nung di pa meta sa Kobe's, ginagamit na nila to. And
Boss,
it's just
baka
nice
mapagod
na
ka niyan.
gamit
Nakakalipat sa
na
MPL Live sa
kanilang
MPLPH.
ability na mag-close ng gap, which is parang inherent territory ni Phobius kapag gusto mo lumapit sa kanya. And of course, yung comfort na meron kang Claude sa kamay ni Super Marco, yung super objective-oriented na gold laner for Falcons APBren. Now, Aurora, nandyan yung Cho, nandyan yung Matilda.
Grok.
Or makita tayo ng mga Franco, Grok, mga
Kaja
unorthodox heroes. Even Kaja ni Rena J.
Yeah, Matilda will be picked. So the Hitman will become a heel man for this game. What do you think about this draft? Kasi ako parang because of this lineup ng Falcons APBren, kaya agad ng side ng Aurora MLBB na kumbaga gumawa na agad ng gulo early on habang wala pang power spike yung dalawang marksmen.
I like the draft actually because these are drafts that are designed to have prolonged fights. Kumbaga, hindi ito matatapos ng 12 minutes for sure. It's gonna end probably up to 18, 15 minutes and they have a lot of tools to escape, they have a lot of tools to engage, and you have a lot of tools to just keep the fight going, walang madadali early on, which is nangyari din last week.
Yeah, and meanwhile for Falcons APBren, kailangan nilang masustain yung lineup na meron sila because again, this is game number 1 between Falcons APBren and Aurora MLBB heading on to the land of Dawn. Casters, please take it away.
And away we go into game 1 of this best of 3 bout. Falcons APBren facing off against Aurora MLBB. Leo and Naisu here at your service.
To Mobile
Joseph, what do you think of the
Legends.
draft?
I love both of them, man, and it's hard to choose one because the fact that Demon Kite's playing a Benedetta in the jungle, I can't wait to see it matched up against someone like KarlTzy.
That's right, KarlTzy
Roger
here
versus
playing,
Bene.
here that's a little more
Flicker, shout out
well
Flicker.
received in the jungle.
Ito
in
na,
the metagame.
nagkakaalaman na.
Renegade did not
Nagkaalaman na,
waste
di ba?
any time. Checked in
Sa
on
Kazakhstan.
Falcons APBren's jungler.
Oy, nice swap you.
You already utilizing the flicker there to stay alive, so close call there, I would say. You know, Rora almost getting that first blood, but good enough pressure with the lineup they have, and I think that's one thing to point out too. Especially when you look at the emblems they have, you know, they're going to be able to play in with speed. They're going to be able to play in already with the fact that they got the Zask, man. We've said so much about Zask from tournament to tournament, and now here, even in the MPLPH, causing a lot of ruckus for a lot of teams that have to deal with it.
Quite the commotion whenever the Zask gets picked up. KarlTzy there. Footsies with Demon Kite, who's still yet to reach level 3, by the way. So far, so good for Falcons APBren. Something to note, this is the second time we're seeing a Phobius in week 2, day 2. Prior played by an MVP performance by Nibor. Now it's FLAPTZ who's rocking it. How many dashes is that, Joseph? 1, 2, 3. That's 4.
That's 4.
Potentially 5 if you get pulled in by Matilda.
Yeah, so he's like if Nibor was happy earlier.
Nibor!
Ecstatic. Like it's exactly
It's joyful.
the sound I was thinking about here, you know, because
Jubilant.
And I wonder if he's gonna run the same build too. But I know he has the Vengeance, he has the Brave Smite, and almost I feel like that's
Utang na Phobius,
like,
Club.
That alone.
to make it work for that pick.
Phobius Vengeance. Uso na talaga yung mga tank XP.
Talking about
Pero
the late
Makati pa rin yan
matchup
si
here.
Phobius eh.
I give the slight advantage to Yue here. It's tough. See, look, like Few just tries to get in there,
Few gets his own though.
and then he gets. Wait.
Oh.
What? Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hold on, he's already gonna use his own Dominators. Instead, he's
Mm,
gonna force the Wingman
Renegade.
out of here. As Renegade is gonna be the first to fall, first blood, and that's gonna be an objective too. Going to the hands of
Bren ako dito, Bren. Pero gusto ko manalo Aurora.
Nonetheless, that's expected from the current.
Para maganda yung ano.
I would say, and
Maganda yung mga
Impressive.
storyline, di
That
ba?
was a multi-layered.
Para hindi
approach.
one-sided
I
lagi.
mean, FLAPTZ was part of that, and then all this while, Kyle was taking the turtle.
Para maganda
And
yung
then
clip, no?
You notice that
Pag
Few
nanalo
was
Aurora.
his own.
Kaso, kung mananalo
It
Aurora.
all happened in what, 2 or 3 seconds?
yeah, very quick.
That's chemistry.
That is. That's what most teams are after, right? That synergy. Ogwin though, gonna get spotted out here. Gonna go in with the unstoppable force, but even wow, he even flickered.
Bakit
Was looking for
Benedetta,
his
no?
own ejector, but not gonna be able to find it. Still here, fighting for the little bit of objectives or the space. resources that they
Pwede
can
siguro,
find here.
di ba nag-aalpa si Demon Kite?
1.5k ahead.
Oo nga.
Already at this 3-minute mark.
Pagagis ng Joed, apakapakan ni Barat.
Easy here. And on Kyle, look at that. The jungle and the XP. I'd say at this point early on,
Madugong combo yun ah. Tinapon na yun, napakapakan pa.
Yeah, with that too, it's I'm kind of wondering, like with Aurora's lineup here, they have a very clear thing in mind, and I would say it's utilizing momentum that they
Puro
can get,
mobility yung sa Aurora eh.
utilizing the utility that a Matilda brings, and then hoping that
Sok na sok
we
yung
talked about the
Phobius.
panel. I should say the panel talked about it. the gold matchup, you know, that's where we have to highlight the battle of the bulletproofs.
Yun na! Ready J! Putang ina, tinapon na naman.
Already starting it off.
Oh, run, Renegade, run.
Yeah, Renegade, you're gonna have to
Fine.
get back now.
DK!
Fighting for the purple, Demon
Putang
Kite
ina mo.
in trouble. Will get taken down in his
Tinal
own
mo.
jungle. KarlTzy just kind of showing him, hey, I'm here.
Looks like the gold lane matchup is the only real place where Aurora might be able to step toe-to-toe.
Ako po,
Check it out, 'cause
patay
even
na si
the XP
Pobius.
lane, all these vengeances by Edward
Yeah.
is countered by
Anong build ni, yan tingnan natin build ni
Infernal
Flap.
Pursuit.
Yeah, it's tough
And
to
look
deal
at this, Ogwin on the pursuit.
Ogwin this time around, certainly going to be used.
Cuckoo!
Renegade waiting for the rest of the team to show up.
Parang ang pangit talaga ng ano, parang may
Go ahead
kulang
and
sa
get some
Benedetta,
focus.
no?
Turtles up now.
Kapag walang ano, petrify.
FCAP with a healthy lead here
Parang
already
kulang
at this
siya.
point in the game. Transitioning up to this
Ban
space
ba
in
kaya?
turtle,
Ba't
see
di?
what
Hindi ko
Aurora
lang eh.
decides
Hindi
to
ko
do.
napansin eh.
Second turtle,
Nag-edit ako eh.
mainly favored for FCAP. Renegade still waiting on his Circle Eagle to come off.
Oy.
There's a Infernal Pursuit thrown out, and the SOD.
Pasok Domeng!
I don't
Pasok!
think You don't want to show up there. You know? Just a little spot, but again, Domeng's better off with the way things have been going these first 5 minutes. Just get that gold lane experience, man. Farm up,
Ang
do your
lamig.
thing. You know, and you can see they even went with a swap right here. So Domeng is going to be on this bottom side now against Flap, at least for now. We'll see how they play it through.
Despite the swapperoo, Domeng is still down by about 300, 400 gold. And he really needs to
Build.
catch up. Luckily,
Puta, hindi nakita.
his roamer is the babysitting kind of roamer.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was the other way around, if he had to play with the jawhead and force
Yes,
out
kulang no
aggressive
Petri
pickoffs.
na tipeg sa
No,
jungle.
that's why
Hindi ka naman pwede mag-Petri
Make
sa
it the
jungle eh.
most absolute
Wala ka pang retry. Kaya nga parang kulang ang Benedetta no, pag walang Petri.
So he always gets that first
Talagang mag-i-rely ka lang sa ano
Again,
mo.
you know, they'll probably have a switch of their own, but right now they're just going to
Pero kung nakauna ka, naka-early ka,
I feel
maganda.
like Aurora's in this position where they don't know what to take right now. Like,
Eh,
they're
kaso
kind of
mukhang
falling
di
behind.
maka-early
It's
si ano eh.
happening pretty quickly.
Patay agad si
Because, you know,
Demon
just a
Kite eh.
matter of minutes, that gold deficit has grown even more at this point. And so it's going to be difficult finding yourself in a
Nag-focus counter kay Bene.
This is ginormous. 4K
Yeah.
at 6 minutes, give or take.
It doubled in like a minute and a
Pero
half.
tingin ko kayang maano na ng Bene yung Pobius, di ba? Ang daming dash ng Bene eh.
Just
Yeah.
yet. 2 weeks, 2 days in. Falcons APBren not giving
Makakadash ng dalawa yung Bene kahit ano eh.
Look
No?
at the back line.
Bottom side, they want to go for
Tinapon
Edward.
na
They're
naman.
gonna toss him up a little bit
Pasok
longer.
Renegade.
Fighting under the turret. They will get the flicker out from Ogwin. So actually, Rora there to help each other out. Ward off the initiation.
Hindi man lang bumato ng skill CPU, no?
Also holding on to his
Sabi
own.
niya, wala na.
Nothing
Nonsense
will
pag
happen
bumato
of it.
pa ako.
That's what FCAP can do. They can play with the lead they have, put pressure in these lanes, and if they don't get anything, it's fine. We'll go ahead and rotate back up. A turtle's going to come up soon.
Luckily, Aurora put in enough effort, spent the right amount of ults to push off Falcons APBren, protecting that tier 1 and tier 2. And now the turtle spawns in what seemingly seems like its third or second time in the upper quarter.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, Aurora cannot contest.
Yeah, they're better off not doing it. That's going to be a quick turtle, too. KarlTzy will secure that one. And so, you know, back to the same picture here. Just farm up what you can for Aurora. Try to hold on to the tier 1 turrets the best you can because you already lost the top one. And then hope that, you know, you have fighting power in Domeng. That's really where it seems like it's lying here.
Here's where it's tough. Domeng
Ang
is
build.
slowly but surely losing control of the economics of
Thunderbelt
this
agad
lane
si
matchup.
Edward.
He's down
Thunderbelt
almost
din ang
1,000 gold.
Pobius.
It's only got a corrosion side.
And it's shrinking. The space from the farm is shrinking because now look.
Lamang na
there's
isang
bottom
item si
lane,
Marco.
and that's going to leave just tier 2s standing safely for Domeng, the quote-unquote next standard. How does he respond? Because again, being part of the
Basta
standard,
makaset lang si Edward.
knowing how to play from behind.
Yeah, this is that test right here, right? The game number 1 already in the series.
Tangina, level 3 gap. Ay, 3 gap. Level.
Renegade just picking
3 level gap pala.
That might
KarlTzy,
help a little bit, but it's
Tanginang
enough to
ano,
do.
Thunderbelt gamit na gamit
Gonna be
talaga.
by Ogwin. Look at the pressure here.
Thunderbelt din Demon Kite, oh.
Showing up alone as Aurora tries to hold on to that tier 1 mid turret.
Tanginang
They will for
Thunderbelt yan,
now,
oh.
but still, FCAP
Nabap kasi.
make another possible play elsewhere.
Taking their time, slowly but surely, Falcons APBren knows that their pacing is fine, that they're not forcing themselves out of anything. And the fact is FlapTzy again, FlapTzy.
Ito mahirap sa PH eh. Putang ina, 8 minutes na, 2 kills pa lang.
Did in game 2 of the first match today.
Samantala yung sa Geek Farm sa Onic, 3 minutes pa lang, puta, tig 10 na yung kill.
whatever Aurora comes up with, Falcons
Tigsan po, ano yun, 7-8.
Yeah, it's a plan
Ay.
F, you know what I mean? Like after plan A and plan B.
It's plan FCAP at that point, you know?
Yung laban din ng Aurora nakaraan, di ba? 10 minutes bago nagka-kill.
Like, we're gonna see Phobius
9
come
minutes.
through more and more as the season goes because it's a great answer.
Napaka-passive gumalaw ng Aurora, no?
There's very specific things that will deal with the Phobius, but right now when you pair
Pag
it
di
up
mo
with
kinante,
Onic,
hindi ba palag?
you pair it up, like the icing on the cake is literally the lead that they've gotten themselves.
2-0, putik na yan. Nakakatawan
And
mag-highlights.
I'm not talking about the jaw head ult here.
Yep, it incentivizes push forward
Oy!
combat. Now 1v1 could be you coming in.
Look at the damage. Already Domeng gonna be forced back. That might be some information that FCAP can use already as they kind of plant themselves around this Lord here. Aurora once again on the answer. Conceal already gonna be used, but Edward go ahead and stop that in his tracks. Demon Kite should be fine. He's got the eye for an eye. Should be able to get out of there, but they're gonna kind of force him to do something a little bit. Now it's the question, can we get into this Lord, or do we just let it go? And it looks like that's the answer. As Rora just
Ang
watches
ina,
this
galaw na ng galaw yung Aurora eh.
majority of this game already.
Walang play.
As painful as it is
Tang
for the
inang-
Auroras watching at home, this was the right call to make like Elsa, to let it go. Because again, you can't fight Falcons
Hintay
and
items.
with this kind of economy. You're down almost 7K, 10 minutes
Down
in.
7K eh. Tangina, mangingilag ka talagang mag-play dyan.
And, okay, I
Kulang
don't
na
wanna
kulang
be
ka sa
the kind of
item.
person who criticizes with perfect vision.
Tamo nga, galawa. Tingnan mo yung mapa.
Yeah.
Yun lang, yun. Benedetta, uy, si Demon Kite, pinatay. Solo kill, putang na.
Well, that was bulletproof Marco. Picking up
Sinolo
the
ko
kill
yung
off cam as we
Super
were just
Marco.
talking about Demon Kite, the one to go down.
He put the bullet in bulletproof.
That's tough to deal with. And
What was that?
you know, while we wait for this base defense, what would have been better than the Matilda?
Something that has initiative, something that forces the opponents to respond, because the Matilda was very reactive, and that's not the Hitman I know. That's not how Renegade plays, as far as I'm concerned. But that's just me. That's my opinion.
Hinintay na naman ng Aurora. Galawang blacklist yun yung Aurora.
Aurora could have done better.
Galawang blacklist.
It looks like they definitely.
Kaya na ganyan ang blacklist,
Go back to the
naghihintay.
drawing board. FCAP is getting away with everything and anything they want.
Pag na-early yan,
Here's the
hintay
setup into the
item.
base, forcing it down with this Lord. First one, and
Yun!
already
Nakaset
Quick
ano?
comes in from Ogwin.
Oh!
He's gonna take a couple shots himself.
Domeng,
but
Domeng!
He's already out of the picture, and they clean it
Nice
up a little bit
Domeng.
further while KarlTzy jumps on
Patay.
in with the Roger. And I think that's gonna be
Uy, uy, uy.
possibly it, unless still Rora will defend. They lose a couple members in FCAP. Kind of just decides on what they want to get, backs up, and now faces this mid lane turret in the base. What can they do? Once again, Demon Kite trying to clear the way with the Electro final blow.
Tangin
Marco
Super
jumps to the
Marco.
backside, but that's all Aurora can do is just watch as FCAP takes everything.
Bulletproof Marco caught the wave straight through. Top and mid have been compromised. And what Falcons APBren could do here is just let the waves flow so that they're in a better position to take advantage of this Lord coming up in a minute. Joseph, to answer your question, what is Aurora left to do? Well, number one, they have to manage the waves very well, right? Which is easier said than done. Their lineup, I'd say from a 1 to 5, I give
Mama-manage.
a 2.5.
2.5. I was
If
gonna
I'm
say, okay.
generous, a 3.
Yeah.
Tangina, 3K naman ni Marco.
One other thing that we can say about this lineup is it wants fights to last.
Yeah.
You want this team fight to last maybe 8 or 10 seconds. For Falcons APBren, right now, 10,000 gold ahead, that's eternity. Like they can't afford to do that.
So I was gonna say, you know, if you want your team fights to last, you don't get in a 10,000 goal deficit.
Nope.
You know, that is the least opportunist thing that you want to happen. And look at this Yue already popping, the Dominator's descent on the defensive. Do they have any fire back here?
Nope.
Even with that initiation, Lord's going to be up.
Take it
Kai
easy.
joins the corner.
Renegade.
Renegade could be in trouble as KarlTzy is going to jump in too.
Rana.
Picks up the killing spree. Rora once again facing this economic difference in terms of item, goal lead, and everything else. Space to move around in. They're forced to just back up into the base. Edward
Yun.
goes in with a final slash, but it's only KarlTzy. And that's just going to be a go signal for the Lord
Follow
and
up.
KarlTzy.
Lord na Lord!
Because APBren lose
Uwingin
nothing.
ng-
There is no cost to playing
Itlog na naman ng
the
Aurora.
long way around, taking the scenic route. And there, Domeng throws out the SOD, but only to really see that KarlTzy did indeed confirm the kill on the Lord. All right, something to talk about. Again, you saw how Benedict doubt. Maybe Renegade was
Pahingang-pahingang caster sa play-by-play.
And used what little he had left in the tank to allow for you and the gang to retreat.
I think at that point, man, it's just Red and J being like, well, we don't have much else up our sleeve. Like, we just got to make this happen. And sometimes it's him playing that role. Like, he's got to kind of buy time by sacrificing himself on the front side and hoping that, you know, every second pretty much stacks up in possibly turning something around. This Dire, though,
Papasukan na ni Marco yan, oh.
all the base turrets are
Ayan,
not
Marco.
They go in once
Marco.
again. Injector going to be used.
Blessing do it. Di na.
Crystal Lord's still going to be up here too. FLAP-TZ takes a ton of damage, but Renegade will be taking
Nasa ere pa lang si Renegade, nauubos na yung buhay.
Final slash, they will be able to punish FLAP-TZ.
Marco.
Side though, as Yue goes down to few.
Oh,
Lord
boy
still
po.
has to be cleared out here.
Nadip po, nadip.
Looks like RORA will be able to do that. KarlTzy though.
Putang ina, sakit ni Kyle.
Again, can't do what he wanted to as he goes down. RORA will be able to live a little longer as they took down 3 members of FCAP.
Aurora MLBB refuses to die. Bodies lay across their base. Kyle, Few, and Flap are down. And
Geek
suddenly,
1-2-1. Oh,
Falcons
nanalo
AP
Geek.
Bren's gold
Putang
lead
ina.
seemingly cut in half.
As. Lord, sama mo Geek mo sa content.
How was
Matik
that
yan.
possible? I mean, number one,
Content
for sure
natin.
Domeng kept himself scarce.
Dinosaur
He
naging
put
putik.
himself out of FCAP's range.
Oh.
And Marco!
Oh, that was close.
All right.
Kept him at range.
And they took down Flap first. Because Flap is the almost instantaneously. Oh, here we go. Talk about Flap.
Flap's gonna go in again. Ogwen was there too. Goes in with the unstoppable
Tangina, kinempon.
force.
Gago, patay.
Takes a ton of
Comeback.
damage. The
Domeng,
Imperfect
Domeng,
is
Domeng.
Edward waiting for the rest of
Nice
the team.
one.
Domeng will
Nice
be
one,
able to pick
Domeng.
up the kill.
Isa pa,
And
Domeng.
somebody gonna be popped.
Patay,
Rolls in
gago.
with the Inferno Personal.
Gago.
FLAP-TZ
Gago.
gets the airtime.
Wala na,
He'll
tumalo
get
na si
another
Jordan.
kill on Renegade, and it just falls apart.
Putang ina, sakit.
for
Domeng.
RORA. And now the waves
Wait,
are
wait,
gonna be
wait,
pushing
wait.
in. It's
Oh.
only
Naku po,
Domeng,
dalawa
it's
wave.
only Demon Kite goes in. Spirit Destruction gonna be used. How do they
Nice
defend
one.
this against
Oh,
the
walang
full
petrify.
force
Hirap
push
talaga.
in, and they get wiped down and shut down as base is gonna be worked on.
Sinalubo ng Blazing Duet, si Demon Knight naubos.
It was but a moment of hope.
Talo BTR.
Auroras. An inch of the northern lights shone through the clouds. But the Falcons come through and take game 1. Impressive work by our defending world
Talo
champion.
BTR.
Let's throw it over to the Infinix Game Tambayan to break it down.
Natin BTR. Sabi niya, lakas talaga manlaso ng Geek Pam eh, no?
APBren, world-class macro action.
Ito yung masasabi mong ang daming nangyari kahit halos walang nangyayari. Kung dati, yung mga players ng Aurora na ex-Blacklist members nagkaroon ng ube, ito yung tinatawag kong AMP. AMP, ayaw magpalaro.
Grabe yung ginawang pagsakop sa mapa ng Falcons APBren.
Yan muna natin yung Geek Pam, ha? Geek Pam.
But wow.
Wala, ito yung pure macro eh.
Pure macro, hindi nila kailangan to make ng kills. The moment that you see them going around the map, alam mo na hindi kills yung hanap nila eh. Ang hanap nila, yung goal. Where is the goal coming from? Where it's going to? Who's controlling?
Kaya nga ang ating MVP of the match,
Kalmot.
please give it up for KarlTzy using
Kalmot.
the Roger. What a performance. Ang galing ng pagkalmot ng Roger na yun.
I would say nag-enjoy si KarlTzy sa pagpa-farm habang sa paglalagay ng pressure sa mga lanes, sa mga towers, yung kanilang decision-making pagdating sa kung sino hawak ng opposite side lane ng Turtle, ng Lord, and pati na rin yung yung pagsama niya sa kanyang mga teammates. And of course, yung natural build-up ng Roger, although this is very classic naman na, no? Pero yung Windtalker, Thunder, Warrock, Thunderbolt build-up, talagang pag nakuha niya yung item na yan, parang yun yung bagong Trinity kay Roger, nandun na ka talaga.
Yung Trinity ba yung kay Roger? Windtalker, Warrock.
Kasama na siya lagi. Para this time, hati naman sila. Super Marco, kanina pa ako nag-farm, ikaw naman.
Ito yung pinoint out kanina Midnight habang nanonood kami. Like, pag nag-proc yan sabay-sabay, may natutunaw eh, may nawawala sa mapa eh. And I think we saw that time and time
Ikaw ba, mahampas ang po. Tanga doon sila nadali kay Pobius.
It really activated very early on.
Alam mo, ang ma-appreciate mo sa sa...
Doon natalo sa kay Pobius. Tanga yan, tumalon lang tumalon.
Yung essence ng pressure,
Naubos yung buhay nila.
Faster rotation. Kasi,
Hindi sila makadas eh.
APBren, ano lang yan eh, two-step process lang yan eh.
Yung Harit naman na mamatay. Ito nga, pinapanood ko.
What I mean by try and lipat is, try to get a kill. Kapag nag-react na yung kalaban mo, lipat ka na kagad.
Napiling si ano, si Eman, napapid.
Lagi kang one step ahead. Kasi kapag nagre-react yung teammates mo, laging sila na yung may choice. Laging sila na yung may decision kung saan naman yung next na course of action. And very prevalent sa mga Turtle and Lord fights. Nakita natin lagi si KarlTzy. Kapag may nakita
Walang
silang
Sky Pierce.
magpapakita, inuultihan kagad. And ang isang maganda sa Falcons APBren, hindi sila nagko-commit sa kill. Basta lumayo na yung Aurora sa Turtle, okay na yun. Wala nang purpose para kumuha pa na extra kill.
And in this specific moment, when you thought na Aurora could actually bounce back, si KarlTzy sabi niya, I'm done bro. Tapos na ako sa business ko. I'm gonna go attack.
Talo
you
si
guys."
Luke.
And once he stepped in,
Tinalo si Luke ng dati niyang team.
Kaya nga, this
Nabangasan yung ano, record ng BTR
na binigay nila kay Super
Lakas
Marco,
talaga manlaso ng
one
ano.
of the heroes of the side of Falcons APBren.
Geek pa.
Natin yung ating naging keys to victory, that movement na nakapagbigay sila ng space sa gold laner, enabled Super Marco to dish out damage. And in the end, in this game, he remained bulletproof.
Yeah, umabot tayo sa point na yung dalawang gold laner natin, no, talagang hindi namamatay, untouched basically. Pero in all seriousness, lamang din talaga dito sa composition of Falcons APBren when it comes to actual late game power. Kasi may double marksman, principal, ang Falcons APBren, and there's no actually direct answer from Aurora dito kay Super Marco. Walang hard CC. Ang chance lang nila pwede makuha dito is yung final slash ni Edward, which did happen. Pero again, yung mobility na meron ng isang
Yung hampas si
yun yung
Kobe.
nagagamit para makapag-pressure ng either ng team fight or ng split.
And also that's what happens, no? If walang hard crowd control ng kalaban, the tendency for the Claude is to either pick up the flicker or the sprint, hence enabling him to move freely around the team fight.
Yeah, pero yung takbo nga ng game parang it didn't matter eh.
yeah, it really didn't. It felt like they were just ahead, one step every time.
Alam mo yung feeling niya kapag naglalaro ka ng RG,
Ay, pakamatay na lang si Luke.
yung situation. And it's not
Baba mo
because
na lang phone mo, ganun.
parang masarap ibaba yung phone. And it's not because kasalanan ng Aurora. It's just that kapag may ginagawa dito yung Falcons APBren, of course, they need to react. They need to go wherever they need to go. Lalo, first 5 minutes, kailangan nilang alagaan si Demon Kai.
Oo, pangit talaga, Benny. Walang dating. Pag hindi siya ready. Pero na lang kung talaga snowball agad.
Macro gameplay. Pag nag-react
Eh wala, hindi na naman kaya tumangkin ng Matilda eh.
makuha yung objective.
Hindi ko alam ba't tatagpatilda sila. May mga mobility naman yung mga hero eh.
Mid game, umabot tayo ng late game.
Matataas naman ng mga mobility eh. Mas maganda sana kung ano yun eh, no? Mga setter, no?
They're playing off a checklist.
Para mas nakaka-preach si Domeng. Saka si Demon Kai.
That happens, go here. There were just moments where Aurora was trying to disrupt that checklist, and somehow it did work, like at 15 minutes, something, 14 minutes.
Pero sa bagay, sila naman yung coach eh. Mas magaling sila.
Kumbaga, di ba? May redundancy.
Baka sabihin, magmamarunong tayo.
Ano gagawin natin?
Tsaka dito natin makikita yung strength na medyo OP, na yung Thunderbelt, napakadaya niyang item na yan. Pagdating ng mid-game, imagine mo yung jungler naka-Thunderbelt, ang hirap labanan, laki ng HP, taas ng magic and
May hybrid defense.
May ano pa yan, pag nag-wolf form yan, may dagdag pang hybrid defense. Ang hirap labanan ng Roger, lalo wala namang pang-engage dito, yung RORA. Tapos isipin mo, yung Phobos, tatalon din sa mukha mo, pag tinignan mo yung item, pag nag-item check ka, pag nag-item check yung director natin, may Thunderbelt din.
Makikita natin talaga na
Putangin na nga Thunderbelt yan, no?
sustainability plus
Gamit
yung
na gamit.
fact lang na may vengeance even, KarlTzy,
Series
na
laban
sa huling
ba?
team
Hindi
fight,
ko alam
siya
eh. Hindi ko nakita
kumbaga
yung drop.
Nag-soak up ng damage, but also siya din yung nag-dish out ng damage and he left buhay!
Every time bababa yung Phobos, nakikita ng Aurora yung HP niya eh. Ang kapal eh. Ang laki nung, alam mo yung ang daming linya. So parang kung ikaw Aurora, guys, paano natin papatayin to?
Ang hirap talaga ng kinahinatnan ng entire game. And it wasn't even na parang nag-fail yung Aurora to do something. It's just that Falcons APBren continued dictating everything from beginning up until the end na the only choice for you ay mag-react doon sa ginagawa nila. And paano ka nga ba makapag-react kung ipit na ipit ka na? But that's just game number 1. Pero malalaman muna tayo from our host. Kaya let's throw it over to Mara.
Hindi ba si Boy sabay kay Claude?
Ngayon ang super fans ng Aurora. Naran tayong Mommy Lucelle and Daddy Chris. Kamusta na kayo?
Okay po, okay.
So, alam natin kanina nga, cheer kayo ng cheer for Aurora. Sino nga ba yung players na sinusuportahan yung
Yue.
favorites?
Siyempre, V-Wise fan talaga kami. Die-hard V-Wise fan talaga.
V-Wise!
Oo.
Ikaw, Daddy Chris.
Tayo kay Rene J.
Kay Renny J. Renny J. Okay, bakit nga ba, paano nag-umpisa yung support niyo sa kanila? Alam ko meron kayong, I know that it's been a while since you watched MPL. Kwento niyo naman.
Bali, we're a parent of a PWD. Yung son namin has CA. So,
CA?
means cancer. Yes,
Cancer.
brain cancer. Matagal kaming nasa hospital at na medyo that time nagpahinga kami sa pag-support ng MPL. Pero ngayon, we're taking our time off para manood ng MPL at supportahan syempre ang Aurora.
So, you've been watching MPL the entire time at dahil meron kayong anak na may cancer, you took some time off. So, how long have you taken a break at how is it now na nakabalik kayo watching live dito sa MPL?
Siguro mga 7 months din po kaming wala. Tapos pag-shine nung Aurora yun, nag-shine uli kami sa panonood.
Wow.
So nice. So, nakakatulong
Bigyan ng jacket yan.
MPL and even V-Wise with you guys.
Yes, sobra Blitz era pa lang ni V talaga. Sinusundan na namin sila kahit saan sila nagpunta, na kung saan mang team sila noon. Sumusunod talaga kami sa kanila. Kaya salamat, sinusuportahan ako lagi ng husband ko. Buti hindi niya ako sinasabunutan sa pagbili ng mga merch ng V-Wise.
Kaya binila mo naman ako.
Oh, that's so sweet. Ito yung bonding moment niyo. Bakit nga ba MPL yung nakakatulong sa pag-relieve ng stress para sa inyo?
Balik dito talaga kasi kami parang naging yung parehas namin nagustuhan talaga siya. So kunyari, nanonood ako ng NBA, minsan di naman siya interesado. Nanonood siya ng mga pageants, so minsan di rin naman na interesado. So dito kami nag-meet sa MPL, so ito yung common ground namin. Kaya...
So it really bonds you guys together. It's so nice hearing your story. I love that you're here to support Aurora and you're still supporting V-Wise. Ngayon, sasabak na ulit ang Aurora sa kanilang game number 2. How about tulungan niyo ako na bumalik sa ating panel? Panel, pasok. Alright? In 3, 2, 1. Panel, pasok.
Maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta sa MPL Philippines. But that's just game number 1 between Falcons APBren and their opponent, Aurora MLBB. Kaya naman, MPL Arena, it's time for the Smart Gameplay Post. Hashtag ito nga ang The Power of Smart, kaya gayahin ninyo ang player post na nasa screen para manalo ng redeemable in-game code.
Sino kaya this time? Ayan! Ang post ni KarlTzy. Ayan, dalawang kamay, guys.
Double yan.
Dalawang kamay, double hands. Ayan, ayan, si Kuya.
Ayan.
Oh, naghugas yan.
Ayan, siya ulit, Hindi, iba pala. Ayan, itaas yung kamay.
Oy, si Banobs.
Ayan, taas yung kamay nyo.
Nonchalant mode, nonchalant. Parang flap.
Di siya nakasmile,
Pati yung pagka-poker face.
Ayan!
Congratulations!
Serious Black. Medyo kamukha pa nga eh. Medyo hawig pa nga eh.
Kuya, salamin nga, salamin.
Bakit yung mga nananalo sa...
Salamin.
mga gameplay post natin, kamumukha, laking kamukha ng mga player.
Multiverse. And congratulations kasi nanalo ka ng redeemable in-game code. Hindi pa siya tumitigil
Oo,
sa
talaga
post.
naka-hold eh, no? ang tawag ko dito ay isang obedient person.
Crucial set ng Trista para makuha. Oo nga, tangin ng balo yan, 3-man pa, no?
Tunay na maninindi.
3-man penalty zone, no?
Buti ka ba, kuya? Marunong tayong manindigan. Ganon nga po
May
ang
edit natin.
pagganapan. But then again, going back to what happened in game number 1.
Lamig
Off
poking
the top
ina.
of my head, an adjustment that Aurora MLBB needs to make for game number 2 ay yung meron din silang ability na in a way mag-take up ng space. Kasi yun yung, kumbaga, kinuha sa kanila ng Falcons APBren in game number 1.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yung last 2 picks ng Aurora, it's probably the weakest last 2 picks that they've ever done in the draft. Kasi yung Benedetta, I kinda get it. Kasi parang pwede naman, pasok naman, physical damage hero, and also very fast rotating jungler. Pero parang hindi talaga siya, hindi pa talaga. Kaya may reason bakit hindi pa natin.
Paabaloy yan, putang. Paabaloy yan, no? Lason talaga yun, ha?
Pero it didn't feel like it fit the composition of Aurora laban sa Falcons APBren.
And this is the draft of game number 2. Aurora MLBB takes the blue side, which means that they get to get the first pick here in game number 2.
It's funny because Benedetta's technically an assassin, so technically pasok naman siya sa criteria right now.
Di yan magbaba ng Ling para Ling Roger. Ling Roger ang palitan nila.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like the press
Puta, binan nga yung Ling.
specifically has had a hard time shining, especially with that obvious.
Binan yung Ling. Sino ko din? Kaya.
Open na naman yung Zas. Open na naman yung Zas.
Kaya Roger, no?
Yue dito. And they are still
Ay,
gonna
kinuha yung
take care
Zas.
from, Aurora.
Prayo Yue.
Walang Roger, pero may Harith.
Yes.
Si Super Marco and also
Ruby.
yung Ruby. Oh, Edith. Actually, yeah. Edith. Maybe even Harith. There you go.
Edith, Harith.
So nakuha nila din.
Puro may shield, no?
You wouldn't want to
Tangkinang yan mga yan, no?
And Edith din kasi medyo masakit sa ulo mag-Harith kapag nasa kabila yung Edith.
Sustain meta.
Babalikan niya 24/7. Pero still, for Aurora, nandiyan pa rin naman yung mga Arlot. Nandiyan din naman yung Claude ni Domeng. Actually, nami-miss ko yung Claude ni Domeng, no? It's a good matchup, I would say, against the Harith. Hindi naman lane to lane, pero yung macro-wise lang.
Leslie naman! Punta para iba naman.
Even though mataas ang damage output ni Harith, pero ang kinagandaan
Palag na yan, Leslie. Hindi rin naman nanalo.
Team fight. Pag nakakita mo ni Zaman Force, labas ka na.
And yun nga din yung goal, no, for both of those kinds of gold laners ay mag-dish out lang ng damage. But speaking of space, how else can you make space than to pick a Moskov na malakas mag-split push?
Yeah, literal, fly through space, lipad-lipad, here and there, go for different parts of the map, get that gold, and then go back. And once more, itong Hayabusa na to, I feel like this would have been a great pick as well earlier. And I feel like I'm excited to see Demon Kite play this.
Yeah, binabakita natin dito. Feel ko, andyan yung Aurora, Louis, Few. Pwede rin naman mag-Valentina.
Pwede.
Nakita na natin yung match ito ilang beses. Pero, ayan, Nolan. Actually, yung kinuha nila dito laban sa Hayabusa. But interesting. Usually, nakikita natin yung Hayabusa, yung pinipick into Nolan. Kasi kaya ng Hayabusa i-match yung Nolan kapag nagkakaroon na. Yung usual na nakikita natin yung jungler na nagpupunta ng XP lane for the split and of course yung farm. But again, pagkat sa friend, pinili nila yung Nolan into this Hayabusa. And I do get the idea. Kasi at this point, seeing this 3 picks, mas malakas early game ng pagkat sa APBren definitely. So expect for an early group up mula sa Beast. And most likely, makakita din tayo dito ng XP from Flap na gusto sumama. I'm actually looking forward to unexpected blue picks mula dito sa pagkat sa APBren.
Well, at this point, you know what? I like what Falcons APBren is doing na they're not overthinking the draft, right? I feel like these are heroes na ulit medyo recycled na at the same time very, very powerful. And it's easy to insta-lock these heroes, to be honest. And I like that what Falcons APBren is doing in this scenario.
Yeah, interestingly enough, similar yung nagiging drafting pattern dito ng Falcons APBren. Pagpunta ng second phase ng draft, most likely si Renny J talaga yung unang pinupuruhan because of this Tigreal ban. And we all know just how capable Renny J is if gagamitin niya tong hero na to.
Basically, ano to?
Setter ka na kasi, Renny J.
Kumbaga, wag mo siyang hayaan na makapag-set up for Aurora.
Sana malaki Aurora para maganda naman, di ba? Sa nga eh.
Gustong kunin to ng Falcons.
Iyon na talaga nila si Evan.
Yung Valentina dito sa side ng Aurora, they're expecting
Malakas eh.
na kukunin to ni
Yeah,
Hugh
yun.
sa second phase. Pero marami pa rin namang available. Nandiyan pa rin naman yung Lilia, Aurora, or yung Louis. Talagang si Renny J. Yung binabanatan dito ng Falcons APBren.
Ang tanong ko dito, anong tawag mo sa nag-hit sa Hitman?
Ano?
Tanong mo.
Hitman Sitter.
Ito masamang joke eh, makakancel ako eh. Mamaya na lang, sa atin na lang.
Ipon muna.
Franco na!
Press 1 kung gusto nyo rin marinig. Joke lang.
PM niya yung page ni Midnight.
PM niya yung page niya, no, yung page ko. Pero heading into the second phase, medyo mataas yung mataas ang capability ng Falcons APBren na magkakakuha ng hero na hindi kaya shutdown ng Aurora. Number 1, nandiyan yung Hylos. Nandiyan pa yung kabayo, guys. Reminder lang. Nandiyan yung kabayo na pwede gamitin ni KarlTzy. Meron pa rin namang glue, tinanggal na yung Phobius, or yung favorite nila, Yuzong, di ba? Effective pa rin naman yung Yuzong or yung Terizla. Comfort lang and signature to ng Falcons APBren. So there is a high chance na kunin nila yung Yuzong / Terizla. And Hylos na nga yung kinuha.
Yan na nga. It's actually pretty easy kasi, number 1, one of the priorities of Falcons APBren here is to hunt down the Moskov, which Domeng proved earlier that it's gonna be so hard to hunt him down even with heroes like the Johan, right? And number 2, you also have to
Yan, panapat sa Hylos.
para maprotektahan Super Marco, keep him bulletproof.
Gusto ko lang sabihin yung
Uranus!
Blue and yellow.
Blue. Oh!
Patagalan.
Sila.
White.
Ano to? Super family. Ay, hindi. Ano pala? Onic pala.
Magkakapamilya nga.
Iba.
Onic pala
Puti
yan.
yung mga damit eh.
Oo.
Ito yung tinatawag the hive.
Hi.
Diba? The hive.
Yellow.
Well, puro purple din naman actually yung Aurora, di ba? The new ube.
Yes. And alam mo though, interestingly enough, sa entire
Yun,
team
Grok!
MPL
Tangina.
Philippines so far, week 2, 2 weeks in, highlight
Rene Rock.
lost 2 games sa mga times na na-pick siya.
Out
So
of
definitely,
5 games?
5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
Ang taas ng win rate ng Hylos right now.
Okay, here are a few. Andiyan pa rin yung Louis. Andiyan pa rin naman yung Aurora. Aurora does look good here. Knowing na kulay blue din siya. And
Yun pa rin naging basis.
ganda ng analysis eh, no?
Tsaka Aurora against Aurora.
Tama! Tama! Ang galing mo! Ang galing mo. Why not use Aurora versus Aurora? Ay, hindi.
Fair miss.
Sabi ni Pew, I break the cycle. Tsaka, favorite thing ito ng Falcons APBren. Again, ang signature ng Falcons APBren is comfort. And kung ano yung tingin nilang gagana sa composition in terms of team fight, objective-wise, yung talaga pipiliin nila. And knowing na medyo team fight heavy and gusto mag-engage ang Aurora, ang ganda nga naman sagot nung Paramis. Imagine mo yung kabayo na ka-Netherrealm.
Naku! Imagine mo, unkillable hero layered with another way to
May
shield
revitalize
him.
pa.
Grabe talaga. Yun nga, revitalize pa.
Yeah, and alam mo, napag-usapan namin nila Midnight and Rockheart here sa panel how ultimately, we would like to say na si Few is a really aggressive mid laner. So kung paano niya to i-apply as he picks this Aurora, yun yung kailangan nating makita. But this is game number 2 between Aurora, MLBB, and Falcons APBren. Will we finally see a change? Yan ang ating abangan. Kaya naman, casters, take it away.
And away we go. Game number 2 with Aurora up against the corner. Falcons APBren at match point. Joseph, did this draft improve any from game 1?
I think it did, man. When we look at it, especially for Aurora, we got a couple things on our wish list that we talked about earlier. You know, Renegade is now on a Hitman-esque hero. He's going to be going for those setups much better than the Matilda we saw previously.
I hear you.
I think even me, personally, for Demon Kite, he didn't have a good game on the Benedetta last game. So Hayabusa, a little up his sleeve here, should be able to pull through. Obviously, all depends on how they get this game going for game number 2.
That's right. And for Falcons APBren, I guess it's back to regular programming, especially for the Faramis. I mean, it's not exactly tier S or tier A anymore, but the way Few plays it, you have to change your scale. Looking at how hard they can lean in to these team fights, you have a Hylos, you have a Harith, and again, the aforementioned Faramis, and of course, KarlTzy on the Edith. I think Aurora have their work cut out for them. Looking at these early builds, interesting how off-camera now, Super Marco can kind of bully Domeng here. Like, that's rare. That a Harith can actually win an early game bout against a Moskov.
Yeah, against the Moskov nonetheless, but again, anytime you talk about FCAP, you have to take whatever your scales are and your standards and change it a little bit.
Parang
they've gone through the test.
Parang walang magagang si Demon Kite dyan eh. Ang kukunat eh, oh.
In a lot of the way they play.
Puro sustain. Edit, Harit, para. Kanya si Kailan talaga yung sakali.
Okay, I was gonna say,
May
I'm not
dash
sure if
pa.
we would actually convert that to a kill again. This is a
Kanya
Charisma.
yung pump
Body
yan.
spin passive is gonna play a part in that.
Yep.
And Turtles
Pinigilan mag-snowball yung Haya.
Decision for Abun Jingjing. Edward has to think, hey man, do I heal or do I stay here for level 4? Kyle with the secure, and Renegade and Demon Kai can't do nothing.
Yeah, so quick on that. Again,
Ano magagawa niyan? Walang potential kill eh.
To go for that, you know, 1 versus 1 retro battle, if that. And again, that's why you have a Hayabusa too. Usually you're able to pull things off like that, but
wait. Are we looking at the same game, Joseph? Because look, Kyle's at level 6.
Yeah.
DK at 4.
Yeah, he got slowed down. I mean, he just hit the level 5. But, I don't know, man. It's partly due to the fact that Hylos brings so much pressure to these lineups. Domeng also really low. Going back to the point. Woo! Look what Super Marco's managed to do against Domeng on this Harith.
Who's bulletproof now? And now Kyle's going to start taking away little camps away from DK. This is going to hurt. You know what? I reckon. I double down on that. Maybe it's the Hylos too. Maybe he's just open. He's asserting dominance.
Hylos is so detrimental to a lot of teams that want to get the momentum going early on because of just how, you know, tanky he is, how naturally annoying it is to deal with the Revitalize.
So stout.
He's a, what is he? It's a, what is it called? Centaur? He's a centaur.
It would be a misnomer to call him a horse.
That's right.
He's a horse man.
He's a horseman.
A magical horseman.
2-0 nyo na. Putang.
Geography.
Of course. Checking out this XP
Light
lane.
carry,
I think
pwede
this is one of the lanes
kaya.
that can actually win for Aurora.
Sino
See,
nag-carry?
Edward.
Oh.
Oh, wait, what? No.
Again, going for this play against Edward. That's not going to be enough this time as they trade. Possibly on top of the map again. Glorious
Nice one, you
on the defense.
Free
Owen,
hit.
you just can't
Puta,
kill him.
namatay ba?
Demon Kai goes in.
Whoa!
Oh, Demon Kai
Putang
gets
ina, buhay
punished
pa.
instead. Ogwin able to escape the Dominator's descent from Yue. Somehow, some way. Oh, he's going to get cut off. Few has to pop the Nether Realm. Going to get punished a little bit longer.
Oh, siya yung
But was it
kunat
all
eh.
part of the plan? Super Marco there.
Tangina sa anong yan? Si Harit pag nag-ulti may shield.
Picks up a couple kills.
Si FCAP may shield pag nag-ulti.
He's trying to give him that vision.
Si Pew may nether yan.
Be able to get out of dodge, but man,
Si Ogwin ang kunat.
slowly pulling ahead after all of
Si
that.
Kyle, pwedeng makatakas kay Demon Kite. Wala na. Hindi makakasnobo si Demon Kite dyan. Tangina ang kukunat niyan.
What was that?
Ganda ng drop ng Bren.
Aurora
Tangina ko sustain.
conceding a couple of kills and wait. KarlTzy clean, secure on the
Sustain
second
comp
turtle
sa
of the game.
assassin meta.
Man,
Man.
I was just about to say, it happened again. I was just about to say, if anything, it's Edward who can hold it down, right? But in the face of two, he commits the flicker, commits the penalty zone, dies, and the next thing you know, we're cutting up top, and then it's Aurora leaning into a death for Demon Kite, and now it continues.
Edward, the focus constantly here. And you know, he's tanky, right? He's got the Charisma. This is what we see a lot of times. Kind of forced to almost go 1 versus 2 in a lot of situations. So just going to hold down that top side the best he can. Domeng here alongside Renegade. This has been Aurora for the series. Renegade really trying to pay attention to Domeng here. Let him have that gold lane experience, get farmed up, get to where he needs to be, and hopefully, you know, he's a nuisance to FCAP later on, but this is on a similar path than what we saw in game number 1.
Yep.
You know, the lead that they're building here.
Uncomfortably so, given that we're at 5 minutes in, about 3K ahead for Falcons AP.
Yung haya pa namatay. Kaya nga siya pa rin namatay, nag-dive.
Aurora. I feel for Edward here, because look, he's gone from lane to lane, top to bottom for the past, what, 2 or 3 waves now? And I think I would rather have it the first way around, the way you explained it. The dead lane dilemma. Like, I'd rather him just deal with the dead lane, deal with 3 people, so that Domeng can breathe, but that's not the case.
And that's why, again, when you really watch FCAP, especially Ogwin, his rotations and his responses to what the opposing teams, whoever that is, whatever region that is usually on point. And that's what makes it so difficult for teams to actually convert, you know, objectives across the map. And even this, you know, trying to cut things off here. Still holding on to the tier 1 turrets, at least for now, though. But FCAP, actually, the way they play, they're okay with that. And they'll go ahead and go toe-to-toe for this objective coming up here in a couple seconds.
That's right.
Galon, sinanto ko na agad. Hindi, lamig kasi.
It's inevitability that FCAP are playing with.
May magagawa ba Crack Silos? Meron naman.
Less than half health, nothing that Aurora can do to contest.
Yep, you trade that. It will be a trade, you know, turret, bottom side.
Yung haya dyan ng ano, kinounter ata talaga ng ano.
Once again, FCAP has all 3.
Kasi yung haya kasi pang early yan eh. Siyempre, di ba?
Even there on the bottom side, it looks like
So wala siyang kill potential ng early. Mahirapan siya makaangat kay Nolan.
But I think they just have to back off again. Look at the response from FCAP.
Tingnan mo, level 2 pa, level 9 pa lang si Demon Kite.
I saw it.
Wala, tingnan mo. Nahirapan si Demon Kite mag-pick up eh. Hindi niya alam kung sino pick upin niya.
What is on this Edith?
That's the armor of this
Putang nang kukunat eh.
primordial.
Magiging mangyari yan, magiging siya finisher.
Well, that's pretty much what it does. I mean, look at this. Confident enough to go ahead.
Kailangan dito magpaka medyo aggressive si Renegade.
Yue just got
Hanap play,
deleted under.
follow HP, bait ang kalaban.
Squished, not just Zas, but also the Nightmare spawn.
Pa-farm na lang yung haya dyan.
This is looking dire here at this point, Leo.
Nauubusan siya ng kill potential.
Very similar. And you're just gonna, you know, all the Aurora fans out there, you really just kind of scratching their head at what is the game plan. Honestly, for
Kung ako haya dyan, putang buwisit na ako.
jointed even.
Tangin na saan kaya pupunta para makakakill.
This Aurora in the opening weekend.
Pwede. Farm ka lang, no? Pa-late game, no?
And to answer the question,
Eh puta, pag late game, lalo mas makunat yung mga yan.
the Warrior Boots, the Thunderbelt, And the dominance.
Diba, yan. Ambusin na yung Haya. Ambusin yung Haya.
Catch a face full of shadow kill. Now Demon Kite's in trouble. Look at this.
Oh no.
Can he shadow his way out?
Putang ina, namatay na.
Oh,
Yan na.
Shadow kill, but again, at what cost? He's gonna try to get away. Try to at least get something.
Wala
out
na,
of
hindi
it,
niya
but
magawang i-poke
instead,
si
he's
Hylos eh.
taken down. Demon Kite still struggling in this game, number 2. Possibly a play here. Wild charge, penalty zone, everything going to be thrown at Flap. He will pop the Primal Wrath, but finally going to be able to go down. Super Marco firing back. They couldn't pick up Edward, so at least Aurora gets on the board. But FCAP, knowing the Lord's up here, will they go ahead and start it up?
They have all the reason to in the world. The purple buff first up for KarlTzy. Marco dealing with that wave.
Gap
that
na
Domeng
masyado.
brought
GG
up.
na.
Something to note here, maybe there is one weakness
Parang
for
GG
the APBren's draft here, despite being 5K ahead, 3 kills up, 9 minutes in, is there a very short-ranged lineup.
Yeah.
Like, as long as
Yeah.
from Aurora maybe gets
Nakakawa ko sayang puso ni Demon
4
Kite
or
eh.
5 units out of range, Falcons APBren have to make the call. We let go now.
Kung marirealize mo, no, putang ina nga, magpa-farm na lang ako. Oh, wala, oh. Tignan mo. Wala siyang mapatay yan, no, wala. No. Hintayin niya mag-low. Yun, yun. Wala pa rin.
KarlTzy hunting down Renegade. Won't be able to catch him.
Wala pa yun, di Domeng.
Somehow gets the Lord. Goes in, but finally gets taken down. It's only Demon Kite.
Kailangan sumama si Domeng.
Trade, but a huge objective pickup for RORA.
Wala, maging agresibo si Domeng kahit paano.
And all this while, it was off of Domeng pushing a wave up top. They not only stole away the major objective about 10 minutes in, but they also took down FLAPTZ, who I, up to that point, could have thought was immortal. I thought Flap wasn't going to go down ever.
I didn't think so either, man. You know, you're
Basleo, eh, no?
what can they do with this? What can they do with this power?
Oy, shoutout sa 20,000 subscriber.
I know, you know,
Ay, sa viewers pala.
20,000.
20,000.
With how beefed up
Ba't pagpalit na ako? Dumadami
they
kayo.
can still make moves around this, and that's what Domeng is also trying to do. Still trying to possibly finish up that top turret.
And that was only possible because of Renegade's wild charge.
Yeah,
It all started off with that huge, big ticket ult right in the Lord pit, and that's a SOD throw now. Domeng coming through, helping that Lord secure that push. Oh, forcing out an answer from Few. Oh wow, look at this! Aurora's pushing in, Joseph.
Aurora's pushing in. They get a couple turrets. A wild
Swan
charge
Domeng!
to be able to find FLAPTZ.
Putang ina, may nether yan. Yun, that's it.
All stacked up though.
Kaso wala pa rin, gago ka.
Domeng has to flicker out defensively. Edward's gonna get taken down. Look at the damage coming out from KarlTzy. FLAPTZ will pick up a
Dapat nag-set na agad si Edward, no? Bago mabitaw ni, ni Pew yung nether yan para napatay kahit pa pan si Hylos.
You see how they were all clumped up? As
Kung ganun sana, no?
A moment of hesitation led to a lifetime of regret. You'll see here in the Infinix instant replay, Demon Kite was almost there, and they were able to pop the Nether Realms.
Nakapop ng nether yan kahit pa paano eh.
And that allowed
Patay sana si Flap dun eh.
Domeng pushed him out of effectivity, and then Deke is like, yeah, maybe not anymore. If I came in maybe a second earlier, maybe.
Sana inunahan ni Edward, no?
Not anymore.
And again, that is just
Di ikaw na magaling, check-in.
how far behind economically RORA has been the entire game. Even when they have great setup,
Nagsasabi lang
they
naman,
find a choke
opinion.
point, FCAP still punishes because of also how durable and tanky the lineup front line is.
Pulong na lang ako.
And so right now they're going to try to do their best to hold on to what they can. KarlTzy going on a Renegade. Wow,
Boom!
charged defensively.
Wild
Deep
card
guy
sa
gonna be
pader.
off the purple buff as well.
Falcons APBren committing Grand Theft Purple, further choking Aurora out of their resources. Only 2 turrets remain for Aurora, and honestly, that's a surprising turn of events because off of a single comeback, like, you can't even call that a comeback team fight victory for Aurora because they only really got 1 kill. But look at what they did with that 1 opportunity, Joseph. Look, they took down all of top, they took down all of mid, and it's just that lone tier 2 that's standing for Falcons APBren. So I wouldn't call it quits just yet for Aurora. I think they're in better shape now, definitely, compared to game number 1.
Yeah, Aurora still has a
Si
fighting chance.
Sanford nag-rank
Saw
XP.
glimpse of it in game number 1. You know, there was
Lakas
a little
eh.
bit of hope, a little bit of shining light for Aurora,
Inside
but
the base.
inside the
Anong
base this
tawag?
time around, FLAPTZ
Easy
goes
ka
into
lata.
the flicker, onward combination, pops the Primal Wrath.
Oh, yun
Renegade
to,
goes
Grenade,
in for
wala
one
na.
shot, FLAPTZ falls. Domeng throws the Spear Destruction. Is he going to follow it up? Double kill though for KarlTzy.
Putang na, pag nauntog na ni Renji, wala na siyang gagawin.
Can Demon Kite do something? He's going to get closed off from Few.
What?
No, Demon Kite goes back in!
Oh!
Why did he go back in as he gets taken down? And FCAP will go ahead and take the Lord.
Let me present a few theories as to why he went back.
Hindi na, panalo pa rin na sa guest coin. Dapat pala, tinodo ko na 1,000, no?
But the state of the
Guess
shadows
coin?
there, but maybe he had one more, a little bit off.
Baka kasi makatiso sa Aurora eh.
Rope-a-dope.
Oh,
Number two is maybe he thought he could kill Few, and then maybe just, you know, get one kill free and then get out of there. But again, this is why Hylos is such an in-demand hero now. In the current jungle assassin metagame, a hero like Hylos who has not just the sustain, not just the zoning capabilities which is old, but a single hit stun confirm makes it all the worse. It's happened, what, 3 or 4 times in this game alone on the Demon Kite.
It's literally...
Ginamit yan ni Dilar kahapon ah. Natalo sila.
It's a panic button, like, I just need to...
Talo ba sila noon? Ginamit ni Dilar kahapon.
That's it.
Trying to get away now, Ninja.
Hylos has been the answer ever since teams started really drafting him in to competitive play, and you can see why he's so valuable in the current meta, and why a lot of teams just opt to ban him out. But this time around, you got to deal with it. And so we'll see you once again. RORA on the defense, back against the wall. 8,000 gold lead for FCAP. Punching it in. RENEJAY, he's the tank. He's got
walang damage. Bawg si Demon Kite.
Kind already using the shadow kill. Turret's going to be demolished here on the top side. Lord still quite healthy. Spirit Destruction going to be used. Domeng trying to defend in the base though, clear out the Lord, hold on to what base turrets they
Ba't ayaw kaya mag-drop ni MTB nung mas madaling i-execute na tank? Yung mga... Bakit binaba yung Tigre, no? Mino ba? Pwede pa naman yung Mino, di ba?
Like they did not have the battle spells, and now they can wait.
Yung madaling i-execute na tank.
And then maybe they can re-engage. But right now, looks like Falcon
Bagay kay RENEJAY yung mga gano'n kasi aggressive si RENEJAY.
Couple shots out from Domeng will keep FCAP at bay.
Okay, Atlas, no? Atlas wala na eh. Patay na hero na. Lambot kasi.
He goes in looking for a possible
dapat doon dinadagdagan yung base defense. Para medyo ano.
KarlTzy, pop the winner's crown, has the immortality, buys that up quick. It's going to be popped. The rest of the team's there.
Last one!
Looking for his own setup.
Domeng.
He's going to miss. RENEJAY won't be able to find it.
Comeback to.
What does is keep themselves
Comeback
in the game
to, guys.
longer. Super Marco against it all will jump in against Demon Kite. He gets punished by Edward.
Comeback na naman.
Few will be able to
Takbo,
get out.
Domeng. Tumawa sa minions, gago. Kinenedo ni Domeng, nagwawala oh.
He will fall. It's 3 down.
Sabak.
Back up with the passive. Tier 2's gonna go down. And RORA eyes the base.
Domeng, sabi Domeng eh. Dapat mag-aggressive ka pa.
Still going. Aurora do so much with that shutdown on the
Tunay na lang lamang.
taking out Few and Super Marco in its wake.
This is back to it, Leo. There's more hope in game number 2
Ang bilis
for
na
RORA
bumira na yan,
than
Moscow.
there was in game 1.
And if anything, they could have won game 1 if only it lasted maybe 2 more.
Mino pwede, di siya ban. Kaya nga, yung mga madadali ba? Madadaling ano.
APBren now.
Kasi yung Mino, matik, putang na flicker ulti eh.
They're looking at a 2,000 gold lead and now a Lord.
Laki pa ng range.
Here comes KarlTzy, who's going to be able to win the retribution battle.
Wala nga lang ano, immunity kasi kay Grok kasi may immunity.
They might want to take this very cautiously, and now fourth the health.
Ang daming stun ni Mino, 3.
KarlTzy
Oy!
drops down the glorious pathway, still going to go forward, and KarlTzy will get the
Wala na, wala nang papatay yan.
And now the fight's going to break out.
Nagdedere yan siya eh.
RENEJAY already
Patay si Domeng.
Domeng has to flicker out.
Patay si Domeng.
Oh, he's gonna get cut off possibly here.
Life
He's in
steal.
trouble. Only Domeng gets cut off from the team.
Oy!
KarlTzy will
Crossover!
Domeng playing around the bushes.
Nice!
What can you do? Pop
Nice!
the wind of nature. Fires off. But Super Marco will win the bulletproof battle.
Ang ina, may kasama na si Domeng kahit isang makunat yung tatangkay. Baka maubos niya eh.
Taking down Domeng
Kulang
in
pa
that
ata.
final moment.
Kulang pa
Could
ata,
have been the
ano
nail
eh.
in the coffin.
Wala pa ba item
2
ni
down,
Domeng?
3 defenders. Yue, DK, and RENEJAY. A Lord up top. Bottom lane about to crumble as well. Falcons APBren could get away with a sweep.
Bottom turret
Game ko
already
agad.
go down. Lord is up
Sana
here.
guys, GG na to.
RORA on the defense.
End-stream
Glorious
na rin ako.
pathway once again to cut him off from the defense. Demon Kite tries
Hindi
to
mo na
clear
tayo
the
eh.
waves.
Buta, wala,
RENEJAY
tinapos
gets
na pre.
deleted off the
Yun.
map. Lord still up, and that's going to be it as the base is worked on. And FCAP
Putang
will
ina.
clean up through
Nasira.
and sweep the series.
Wala na guys. End-stream na to. Hindi ko na may stream yung lasa na eh. May gagawin kami.
2 years. So that is exactly why they are the reigning world champions.
Parang Domeng yan, no?
Again, you want to see the epitome of synergy and brotherhood. This is the team to look at. Every single decision they make in game is with each other. The shot calling is just impeccable from them. You see it time and again, the way they move around the map, the way they make those minor decisions mid-game even.
Dahil pa naman nanonood. Kaso pa-end-live na ako eh. Kung wala naman pa-end-live, tsaka may dami
The
nanonood.
best pure athletes in this
Madami na sa akin yan, 70.
sport of ours. GG well played to Aurora. They've gotten a hot streak.
Yep.
But it comes to an end here at the hands of Falcons APBren.
Again, you know, Aurora had a lot of good moments here. I think that's always what you have to take. What did you learn from this sweep? Pretty big loss, of course, getting swept, but so much to learn here, so much to adjust, and you can always chalk it up as, hey, you know, it's week 2. We got plenty of time to make changes.
Yan mo natin
You
interview
still
ah.
have some good points.
Outdrafted sila talaga. GG, salamat sa stream. Salamat din, boss. Always, salamat.
Tamara Aquino, she has a few words.
Basta mag-stream tayo. Pag may MPL, kahit isang game, 2 game. Hindi ko kasi kaya isagad lahat. May ano tayo, duty.
Flap, sino nakakita ng post tungkol kay Flap kanina? Nagugas ka na ba?
Tapos na po.
Tapos na?
Nagugat, tumahay kasi.
Success.
Patingin ng kamay mo. Okay. Nagugas.
Inamoy pa.
But let's talk about yung Phobias pick mo. Is it more viable now after the revamp?
Sa tingin ko po, opo.
Okay, mga tips naman. Kasi syempre kinukopya yung mga ginagawa nyo dito sa MPL pagdating sa RG. Ano ang mga tips mo sa lahat ng
18
mga ating
KDA,
manonood?
Marco. Grabe.
Top obvious po.
Yes.
Wag lang kayo lumalim masyado, tas isipin nyo muna yung gagawin nyo bago kayo tumalon, isipin nyo muna kung ano mangyayari, kung mabubuhay ba kayo or hindi.
Tsaka, maghugas para hindi madalas.
Opo, maghugas din kayo para smooth yung paglalaro nyo.
Para smooth. Silky smooth.
Utang na tayo na dito ng TC, kaya gusto interview to eh.
Alam mo, ang tagal na kitang gustong tanungin tungkol dito. Alam mo ba nagkakagulo tungkol sa number 1 jungler? Sa lahat ng mga tinanong namin, number 1 ikaw. Would you consider yourself number 1 ngayon? Number 1 jungler?
Di naman po sa pagmamataas. For me, I think, opo, kasi
Brag and
Ang
right!
ina!
kasi po may reason naman po kung bakit po nila ako binoboto as a top 1 jungler kasi puro champion po kami nung nakaraan na
Best in the world! Okay, sige nga. Siyempre, ikaw yung number 1 ngayon. Kahit nga si KarlTzy, ikaw nilagay ng number 1 eh. Kung maglalagay tayo ng ating top 3 junglers, dito lang sa MPL muna, who would that be? So number 1, Matic, best in the world.
KarlTzy.
KarlTzy number...
Para sa akin, top 1 si Karl.
wait, KarlTzy, sabi mo is number 1 si Karl?
Bukod po ako.
Bukod ikaw. So number 2.
Number 2 po si Andoryu. Tapos number 3 si King Kong.
Wow, that's so nice. Si Andori, number 2. Okay, so yan na. Yung best in the world, naglagay na ng top 3. Pag wala siya doon, yun ang kanyang top 3.
Ina ni Kyle,
You're doing
number
so well.
1.
Best in the world. Now, ito naman, si P naman. Few. Ayan, nag-cheer. Few. Alam mo, to be honest ang daming nagulat sa resulta nung last week. Can you tell us ano bang nangyari doon? Was it fatigue? Kasi nag-world tour na kayo. Alam namin wala kayong masyadong pahinga. What exactly happened nung last week? At paano mo masisigurado na hindi na mauulit yon for the next weeks forward?
Na-chuck mamba lang kami.
Na-chuck mamba.
Na-Vega timer kami tapos ayun. Feeling ko naman hindi patig eh. Kasi maayos naman yung laro namin. Nakalamang din naman kami sa Omega. Tsaka kita naman sa laro ng Omega ngayon na sobrang lakas nila. Tapos,
Di pa ball, ang sinabi ni Kyle. Magkiklip muna tayo mga boss.
What can we expect ngayon sa Falcons
Verified
APBren?
streamer. Shoutout, Boss Winard.
Ng kayo ang
Boss, ngayon ko lang napansin yung caption mo.
Again, best in the world. So,
Ano?
how can you ensure na hindi mangyayari yung what happened last week at tuloy-tuloy na itong momentum nyo?
Lakas mo, Kyle. Gagalit lalo si KarlTzy.
Siguro bawas lang talaga kami ng error.
Mag-end live na ako, boss. Boss Winard, mag-end live na ako.
Mga Pilipino na
Pagtapos ng interview.
Pag nagka-error kami,
May gagawin pa eh.
back talaga eh.
Ayan.
Nahuli ka,
Ginagawa
boss.
nila.
Boss lang tayo
Let's
ulit
move
bukas.
forward. At ngayon, it's time to announce our MVP of game number 2. Who do you think it is? Let me hear some names. Okay, tingnan natin kung tama kayo. Let's take a look at the screen.
Marco!
Oh, Gwen! Oh, wait, patingin. Paano? Paano? Ayan. Oh, Gwen.
Puta yan si Ogwen ng puta
Ano
paling.
naman gusto mong sabihin sa lahat ng mga supporters nyo?
Thank you sa mga nanood dito sa venue, lalo na sa Aurora fans. Sobrang dami nyo kasi napuno nyo yung venue. Sobrang salamat. Tsaka thank you rin sa Aurora. Yun yun.
Pasalamatan ang fans nyo!
Falcons
Puta!
APBren lang pala.
Oh,
Maraming salamat.
paano sila magsusuporta sa Falcons APBren? Paano?
Magugas sila ng kamay.
Magugustuhin ng kamay.
Hugas sila ng
Paano
kamay.
nakakapag-change ng yung motivation
Verified
ng
streamer
mindset
eh, naku.
kapag nakikita mo, punong-puno ang MPL Arena?
Wala yung boss. Mema lang yung mema.
Kasi ano daming tao. Tsaka marinig mo yung cheer nila every time na may mangyayari. Yun.
O, di ba? Kaya pumunta na kayo dito sa MPL Arena. And you know what, guys? I want you to meet our lucky fan of the day.
Okay guys,
Dito,
GG. Salamat.
sa MPL
Salamat sa
Season
lahat ng nanonood.
14. We announce
Bukas naman,
the winner
bukas.
para sa ating 3,000 diamonds. Congratulations!
Talo, Aurora.
Winner! Yan, tumatakbo na siya.
Tumatakbo, ito pa eh.
Hello!
Sino to? Teka, ito pa.
Hello, what's your name?
Ivan.
Ivan, taga saan ka, Ivan?
Tagig.
Tagig?
Hoy,
Bakit ka
Tagig.
palayo ng palayo, Ivan?
Nanginginig ako siya.
Bakit ka nanginginig? Okay,
Ako kong work.
galing kang work. Huwag ka na mag-work.
Rest day
Ka na.
naman, so okay naman.
Wala akong fans nito.
Kung may 3,000 diamonds ka.
Idol si Kyle.
Bonus na lang yun.
Bonus. Huwag ka, alam mo, mas matutuwa ako kapag tumabi ka sa favorite player mo. Sino dito ang iyong favorite player?
Flap TC.
Flap!
Tay.
Flap, tabi kayo. Okay. Ay, ganun ka daw, ganun. Okay, bakit si Flap TZ ang idol mo?
Kasi yung performance...
Kiss.
Anong gusto mo? Anong gusto mo sabihin? Ayan, face to face. Ito na ang chance mo magbigay ng message kay idol.
Ano lang,
Ano lang?
disiplina lang, continue to be disciplined sa laro and also, kung agad kayo nyo maglaro, nakabon ako.
Alam mo, hindi nyo nakikita, pero hinahawakan ko siya ngayon para siyang motor.
Bye lang si Tagag. Sige, mamaya konti. Edit pa ako, edit.
Malamig.
Ayun! Alam mo, I'm gonna give you this chance. I'm gonna give you this chance to take a bow
Tangina to si
beside
Flap TZ,
Flap TZ with your favorite team and you're gonna take the walk of victory with them, all right? Congratulations, bigyan ng diamonds! You may now take your bow and take your walk of victory! Yan ang ganap dito sa MPL Philippines Season 14. One lucky fan will win 3,000 diamonds and will get to walk with their favorite team.
Isang
Ay,
put.
ang ginawa ngayon ng Falcons APBren.
Hindi na,